when it comes to cancellations, I mean, step one is trying to avoid cancellations before having to figure out what to do about them, right? And you mentioned already um, a big lever that you can pull is safety stock, or you can increase your safety stock, right? So it requires two or three is showing on hand before that product is made available to be ordered for buy online, pick up in store. The flip side of this is that when you increase your safety stock, you decrease your BOPIS sales because there's less available to order, right? And so really what you want to do there is calibrate between safety stock against your inventory accuracy and what the cancellations versus fulfillment rate is going to be, right? And each retailer needs to kind of fine tune that to their own taste. Another thing to consider, and that's probably your biggest opportunity around cancellations, um, other than making sure you have a really accurate and real time inventory picture, but that's more of a foundational journey in terms of tactics that you can pull. Um, the other thing is how quickly does a store associate respond to a BOPIS order that comes in, right? If a BOPIS order comes in and then it takes 24 hours to get to that order, that's a 24-hour window that a consumer that could walk in and buy that same product, so that when the consumer does get to it, oh, it's no longer there. It was there, and then it took 24 hours and it's gone, right? So there's an opportunity to get to more of a real time kind of picking and fulfilling of those BOPIS orders, which on one hand is going to be appreciated by the consumer, right? It's going to allow you to drive a stronger promise on your website to say, hey, this will be ready. The best in class retailers are working at getting that down to 30 minutes, right? Hey, this will be ready in 30 minutes. They're pretty much checking in real time. That requires a different labor model, and it's certainly more intensive in terms of the expectations of the store teams, but it will not only improve the consumer experience on the front end, but it'll also reduce cancellations. So again, what are the levers we can pull to decrease cancellations is a big thing to focus on. But the reality is, higher cancellations are inevitability of omnichannel, right? Stores are just not the same as DCs, at least not yet, when it comes to things like inventory accuracy and fulfillment. Um, so how can we account for this? One thing you can do is look at upfront messaging on your site, being transparent about, hey, this product is low inventory. Potentially, this product is low inventory and it's coming from a store. It is at risk of cancellation. Like, just put a little bit of a buyer beware out there. Um, Being clear on what happens if an order is canceled upfront, so that the consumer is not worried about, am I going to get refunded? When am I going to go refunded? All those things can help this. Kind of the last piece of this puzzle is, well, if you do have to cancel, kind of how should you do it? And there's a tremendous opportunity here if you really approach kind of a cancellation message in the right way, potentially offering a discount as a token of apology to turn a negative customer experience into a positive one. But a final thought on this, and this is certainly a more sophisticated approach. It's not something that I've done, but um, if you've got really clever systems, what you could do instead of canceling an order is offer the consumer some options to say, well, we don't actually have it at this store, but this store that's maybe two miles further away from your home has it if you want to pick it up there. Or we actually have it in the DC, so it's not we found out it's not in the store, but if you'd like, we can ship it to you, right? So those would really be best case, because you can kind of save that sale by looking at other sources of fulfillment beyond that store. Again, that's kind of starting to pick some of the higher fruit on the tree when it comes to the maturity curve, but certainly I think an aspiration that's worth aiming for.